Welcome to C Motor. Today, we're jumping into the heart of lightweight adventure riding with a motorcycle that proves you don't need a massive engine to have big fun, the 2026 Yamaha XT 200. From the very first frame, this bike makes a promise: clean design, rugged capability, nimble handling, and a pure riding experience that speaks directly to the heart of every rider, from beginners looking for confidence to seasoned adventurers craving simplicity with spirit. If you think adventure has to come with complexity and giant engines, the XT 200 is here to rewrite that story. As the camera slowly glides across the XT 200 parked under a soft sunrise, the bike looks poised and ready. Its clean, purposeful lines, modest yet distinctive tank, long travel suspension, and slightly upturned front fender all speak one language: movement. This is a motorcycle built not just to get you there, but to make every moment feel alive. The host steps into the frame, helmet in hand, and there's a subtle grin, because the XT 200 doesn't just promise a ride. It promises an experience. With a turn of the key and a press of the starter, the 2026 XT 200's engine come alive with a crisp, cheerful hum, the sound of a motor that's eager without being aggressive. This is Yamaha's refined 200cc single-cylinder engine, engineered for smooth power delivery, immediate throttle response, and predictable torque exactly where you need it most. It's not about explosive power. It's about usable, engaging performance that drives confidence and enjoyment across everyday streets and off-pavement terrain alike. As the bike begins to roll forward, the camera shifts to low, dynamic shots showing the suspension pressing over small bumps, the wheels gripping every surface, and the rider settling comfortably into position. Instantly, you notice how light-footed this bike feels under you. It's eager in direction, playful in handling, and incredibly forgiving when you test its agility. This isn't a cumbersome adventure tourer, it's a responsive partner for your next journey. Riding through city traffic, the XT 200 feels natural and composed. Its upright riding posture gives excellent visibility and control, making every turn signal, merge lane, and stoplight feel entirely manageable. The handlebars are positioned to allow for easy maneuvering with minimal effort, no wrestling with weight or awkward posture. This is a bike that invites you to ride without reservation, not negotiate with it. The compact digital instrument cluster is simple and intuitive: speed, gear position, fuel level, and trip information all presented in a clean, readable layout. There's no distraction here. Everything is designed to keep your focus on the road, on the ride, on the moment. Yamaha didn't clutter this machine with unnecessary tech. Instead, they focused on what matters most: clarity. On a bike like this, the road itself becomes the dashboard. Transitioning from city to open backroads, the XT 200 starts to reveal another layer of its personality. On winding pavement with gentle curves, the chassis feels balanced and eager. Lean into a turn and the bike responds with confidence. This isn't tentative handling. This is engaged performance, tuned for riders who want to feel connected with every aspect of the ride. The suspension soaks up imperfections with grace, offering a ride that's comfortable yet communicative. As the path shifts from pavement to gravel and loose dirt, the XT 200 doesn't bat an eye. The wider dual-purpose tires find grip where you expect slip. The long travel suspension stays composed, letting you ride with confidence over surface transitions that make lesser bikes nervous. This bike doesn't just tolerate variation. It welcomes it. On trails that wind through fields and quiet forest paths, the XT 200 feels alive, eager for every nuance in the terrain. Standing on the pegs feels natural, intuitive, almost second nature. The seat height invites both control and comfort. The footpegs offer footing that feels solid without being intrusive, and the handlebars seem tailored to give you immediate command without tension. Whether you're navigating technical trail sections or cruising gentle backroads, the ergonomics of this bike were clearly designed around you, the rider. Out on open country roads, the engine's torque feels composed and sure, not overwhelming, but satisfying. It pulls confidently out of corners and cruises smoothly at moderate speeds. This is a bike made for presence of mind, presence of motion, presence of adventure. You don't ride the XT 200 to get away from life. You ride it to live within it. The brakes on the XT 200 are reassuringly predictable, composed and steady when you need to slow into a corner or ease to a stop by a beautiful overlook. They don't grab you abruptly, nor do they fade. They deliver assurance, Exactly what you want from a dual-purpose motorcycle that likes both gravel and pavement. At a scenic overlook where countryside meets horizon, the host eases the XT200 to a stop and steps off. He removes his helmet and takes in the view: rolling hills, golden fields, and a sky that stretches farther than the mind's eye. The engine ticks softly as it cools. This isn't just a pause in the journey. It's a moment of presence. It isn't about speed. It isn't about horsepower. It's about feeling. The XT200 makes you feel every second of the ride. For new riders, the 2026 Yamaha XT200 is a wonderfully approachable machine. It inspires confidence without overwhelming with power. You learn traction, balance, and throttle control without stress. You feel rewarded for precision, not punished for imperfection. This bike teaches confidence. It doesn't demand it. For seasoned riders, the XT200 brings a refreshing blend of simplicity and capability. In a world filled with ultra-powerful bikes packed with electronics, this bike returns us to the essential joy of riding. It reminds us that a motorcycle's true greatness isn't measured in horsepower alone, but in connection between rider and road, between machine and mind, between motion and moment. There's something beautifully poetic about how the XT200 moves, not in flashes of speed, but in waves of experience. Riding through dawn light or the quiet hum of evening air, the hum of the engine becomes part of a rhythm that feels intimately tied to the environment. This is a bike that brings you closer to the road, closer to your senses, and closer to the pure joy of riding two wheels. On C Motor, we celebrate motorcycles that resonate emotionally, those that move us beyond numbers and specs. The 2026 Yamaha XT200 is one of those rare machines. It doesn't just take you places. It makes you feel somewhere. It doesn't just carry you forward. It pulls you into the moment. It turns ordinary roads into experiences and quiet trails into stories worth remembering. Wherever your next journey begins, city streets, open highway, or dusty back road, the XT200 is ready. It's not just a bike you ride. It's a bike you feel. And from all of us here at C Motor, thank you for riding along. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because the next horizon is already waiting just beyond the next bend, and the best rides are still out there.